Alright, so far we have gone to the 11secondclub.com and we have downloaded the Maya rig for Norman here on the resources page. I'm just going to open up a folder here and go to my downloads. You'll see Norman version 1.0 here. You'll need to unzip that. That's a zip file. How many of you guys in here know what a zip file is? Okay, that's about half. If you zoom in on that file, I'll make it bigger here. So it's got a zipper on it, right? What that means is that there's a bunch of files in there, or at least one file that's been compressed. Okay. Now we can double click it, and to see the files, but we can't really access it. So you just need to right click on it and just go to extract all. Right click on it, extract all. And then when you do that, it's going to open up in a new folder of its own. And there should be a MB file in there, care_A1 version 10.mb. When you open Maya, go to File, Open Scene, navigate to that Downloads folder, and then open that .mb file. And nothing happens. Awesome. Why did that do that? Did it work for any of you guys? Awesome. That's weird. Okay, it's in there. It's just hiding. Huh? Yeah? What the hell? You just dragged it in? That's so weird. What's weird is, it's in the scene. It's just like sort of hidden or something.
Yeah, it might work when I drag it too.
Huh. Okay, well that's cool. So, I guess... Oh, I might know why that's doing that. No, I don't. Okay, so apparently if you drag it in, it works. So grab the file, drag it in, and that works. Cool. What's that? Huh. Uh-huh.
Sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't.
Weird. Sounds like a bug. Thanks, Holly. Alright, everybody get this? Everybody looking at what I'm looking at? Yeah? Just for future reference, it's probably a good thing to sit next to somebody in this class, because there's a lot of steps in rigging, and it's good to like be able to lean over to your buddy and say, hey, what the hell did he just say? Or what? So everybody look at the person next to you, reach over and shake their hand. It's okay. Introduce yourself. We're all friends here. You will be communicating with that person at some point. Just be glad I didn't make you guys all get up in front of the room today and introduce yourselves at 9 a.m. on a Friday. Yeah, you know 4 people in here? Yeah, some of these guys, he's in your project class.
Yeah, it's Erica.
Erica. Mm-hmm. All right, you guys. So for those of you guys who've never used Maya before, the one button you want to remember on your keyboard or key is the Alt key. So go ahead and hold down that Alt key, and then you're just going to use all the buttons on your mouse. They all do different things. Zoom, rotate, and move. Okay, so hold the Alt key, and just kind of familiarize yourself with the views. You're going to tap spacebar, and that's going to switch you in and out of the different views. Yeah, spacebar will switch you out to your 4 view, and then you can click in any one of those views and jump in there. You've got your side view, front view, top view. Everybody with me so far? Shouldn't be too hard. Just moving around at this point. We're just looking at this guy. So I haven't used Norman in a while here, so I'm going to kind of go with the flow. Go ahead and grab his hip control. Just click on that center hip control there and tap W on your keyboard, and then tap E and then tap R. W, E, and R on your keyboard. And that is move, rotate, and scale. Another very important keys in Maya is Control Z, undo. Everybody familiar with Control Z? In most every other computer program? That is undo. And in Maya, it actually has just about unlimited undos. So if you screw up, just hit undo a bunch of times and get you back to where you're at. I'll show you an example of that. I'll move this guy up and over and stuff. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z.
You can just hit Z and it'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No way. Uh-huh. Oh my God, Z works too. What the heck? All right, man.
How do you get back to that screen specifically?
Tap your spacebar. And then, so when you tap your spacebar, you've got perspective, side, front, and top. Just tap your spacebar and, yeah. All right, so if you move the hip controller around a little bit, tap W, move it around, this guy, his whole body moves around. Like this. Can everybody do this? Are we doing this?
No.
No? Paul.
When I hit spacebar, it just goes back to the whatever when I click.
You gotta click in the window. It's like click in the window to highlight the window, and then tap spacebar.
Yeah.
Did you break mine?
Probably.
Whatever window you're in with your mouse is what it will go to.
Here's spacebar. Here's spacebar. Okay, another thing. Oh, you have broken your mind. You did. Okay. Change it back to the way it was. Paul broke his Maya. So I'm going to show you how to fix it. Somehow, some way, he changed his view. I think he went to panels, panel, and he changed this to like, I don't know, something that wasn't the perspective like this.
Unless I did a hotkey or something.
So if you do that, on the left-hand side here is all the different views. I can make this perspective or 4 views again. Fixes your views over here. So if you ever break your Maya. All right, grab that controller at the bottom, the blue one. The base controller. Go ahead and move that one around. So that one moves all these controls down here, as well as the hip control. And the way that's set up is that hip control is actually parented to that base control. Okay, so in Maya you can actually you do what's called parenting, where something can be parented to something else, and something can be parented to that, and something can be parented to that. So you can like have an infinite parent structure, right? So for example, your hand is parented to your forearm, and your forearm is parented to your upper arm is parented to your shoulder, and your shoulder is parented to your torso. Make sense? It's like your foot's parented to your ankle, your ankle's parented to your quad, and your quad's parented to your pelvis. Anyway, okay. I know, I'm boring you guys, I know. How do we get this guy to show the controls? Viz control. Holly, do you know how to make this guy's controls pop up?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, if you look at this guy, he has no controls.
Yeah, like on his wrist.
Correct.
I don't.
There. Oh, okay. I think I know how to do it. Okay. If you click on the Viz control thingy here at the bottom, it says Viz control. Go ahead and highlight that. You'll see on the right-hand side in the channel box, there are a ton of zeros. Okay. You can go in here and I would just do the top zeros, shift select those, or do them one by one and change them to 1 and enter, and then all of a sudden this guy becomes a transformer. So just jump into go to 11secondclub.com and download the Maya version of Norman on the resources page and just drag it into Maya. Yes, sir. Alright, I'll do that again, okay? And then remember, if you need help, that person that you shook their hand, go ahead and ask them for help. It's good to have a buddy in this class, or buddies. Okay? Anyway, I'll go over that again. So this guy has no controls. Come down here, select the Viz control, and then over on the right-hand side, this is called the channel box, because there's channels. You just hold Shift, select all these, and then tap 1 on the keyboard and enter. And then all these show up.
This thing's not
Paul.
I didn't do anything.
Is this gonna be like this the whole time?
What did you hit to get that?
I'll show you. Okay, one important thing that Paul keeps making mistakes, but that's good, because we want that to happen so we can answer your questions. Paul's getting himself into a situation where when he's selecting stuff, it turns blue like this. It turns blue, right? And then you can like collect the vertices on stuff. Maya has different modes. It has something called object mode, and then it has what's it called? Yeah, it has I can't remember what it's called, but basically when you're in object mode you can select whole objects. When you're in the other modes you can component mode. And Paul was in component mode here, where instead of selecting the object, he's selecting the components of those objects. And I can actually do that, and I can actually move these components around individually. We have kind of like a heat map selection type thing on, but anyway, the way you get around that is you just right click and hold on an object, and you'll see an option for object mode. So everybody do that. Just right click and hold on any object, and when you do that, you'll see a bunch of options come up here. Right click and hold, and you have like object mode, edit point, control vertex. These are all different ways to edit the components of that object. We just want to do object. Okay, so if you ever like get into a situation where something, when you're selecting stuff and it's not green, and you want to move objects around, just right click and hold and then go to object mode. Okay? Okay, Paul?
Cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
got it. Alright, so everybody here looking at this, did we all get this? Anybody not get this? With that you can see like hand controls and stuff and all this?
Right over here.
Oh, you didn't get it yet? Okay. Just click on select Viz control here, and on the right hand side in the channel box, shift select all those upper channels that I have selected up there and change them to 1.
Oh, okay. You can do it all. Okay.
Yeah, you can do it all in one deal.
Got it.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Alright, so let's check out all the components of this dude here. I want you guys to go over to show. See where it says show? Click show, and you can actually, if you pull down while you're clicking show here, there's a bar at the top. You can click that bar and it'll pop that out. It'll pop this whole thing out here to where you can pull it to the side. Again, I went to show, and then there's a bar at the top here that highlights, and you can pull this whole thing out. And when you look at this massive list of stuff, this list makes up this whole entire guy here, okay? Except for there's no lights and cameras, and there's some other things that aren't in here, but go ahead and go to show none and make the guy completely disappear. And then what I want you to do is we're going to turn on the elements that make this guy up one thing at a time, okay? So let's go ahead and turn on joints first. So underneath this guy, he has a bone structure which controls his geometry, okay? And then we have IK handles, which you can't really see, so that was kind of pointless. Go ahead and turn on NURBS curves. Those NURBS curves, those are the controls that we were selecting earlier. And then really we just have some geometry, which is polygons. Okay? And then you turn the rest on, nothing happens. You can close out of that. But basically this guy has like layers of components. He's like a robot, okay? That's how you can basically look at this guy. He's kind of like a robot. Alright, so let's play with some of these controls. Some of my favorite controls to play with on this guy are the hand controls. I just friggin' love playing with these hands. I don't know why. You can select all the hand at one time or just fingers. I like to select the fingers, and then over here in the channel box, you can shift select just the words, and then middle mouse drag, and it should it's doing some weird stuff with those fingers. Oh, yeah. So if you select the fingers, shift, and you can hold shift and select all the fingers, and then you select in the channel box base, mid, and tip, and then you rotate, you should make a fist. And you can middle mouse drag left and right. So here, let me go over that again. So if I select just the fingers, then over here shift select base, mid, and tip, then in the window I middle mouse drag, it should rotate all fingers at one time, or you can do one finger at a time. I love this guy. He's great. Alright, so we've got the fingers going here. Everybody get that? Anybody having any problems? What's up? Zoom in on that. Holly, can you help her?
Chris, I can't hit the bottom.
I got you.
And then hold down the wheel. When you hold down the wheel,
You got Maya open?
so you have to
You got
highlight
Photoshop open, I'll tell you that.
and then just hold down the
Yeah, this is, it's really, really weird.
push down, and then there you go.
I don't know why it's doing what it's doing, but you have to drag it in. Gosh.
And then
Do you have any experience with Maya?
just want them learning right now.
Hold Alt and use the mouse buttons. Yeah. And then click, move that over so you can see the
Yeah,
feet.
you should be able to.
See the feet? Click on that. Now shift select the zeros in the top quadrant there. Yeah, just the zeros. Yeah, now type 1, enter. There you go. Now you're right where we're all at. Man, I can't believe I was in a freaking car wreck. I was in a car wreck today, this morning. Freaking insane, man. Ow. Anybody else need any help?
What's going on? Are you pressing the wheel? That's so weird. I have no idea.
What's happening? Oh, because you're selecting the folder. Select the words.
All right. Let's move on here, you guys. Go ahead and grab the wrist control here. And I want you to hit E, tap E, and then I want you to rotate that wrist control around. Like this. Remember, to move around in Maya, you just hold Alt and you use all your mouse buttons. And that will move you around in Maya. Alright, so when you grab that wrist controller and you rotate it, that rotates this control, and that is called an inverse kinematic rotate. If you select this EX control, you'll see an FK and an IK channel. If you change that to 1 and then enter, it's going to change the control to like a compass looking thing, and you can move that, and now that moves the whole entire arm. And that's called a an inverse kinematic, or a yeah, no, sorry, yeah, this is inverse kinematic, and the other one is forward kinematic. I'll show you how to get that again. Some of you guys are like, what the hell did he just do? Behind his elbow here, or wrist, is an EX, okay? See that EX? Click that. Then over in the channel box in the upper right, you'll see something that says FKIK. Change the value of that from 0 to 1. And, and now on his wrist, it's just like a little blue compass thing. And you can move that, and now that moves the whole entire arm. And that's called a an inverse kinematic rotate. If you select this EX control, you'll see an FK and an IK channel. If you change that to 1 and then enter, it's going to change the control to like a compass looking thing, and you can move that, and now that moves the whole entire arm. And And if you select that and tap W to move it, it moves the whole arm. And then there's a PV behind his shoulder. If you grab that PV and rotate it, it rotates the elbow. So this guy has all kinds of controls. You can grab, he's got like a looking control for his eyes, right in front of his eyes. You can move that around, see how his eyes follow it. Looks pretty crazy. I'm not sure how extensive his mouth controls are kind of extensive. Looks like they've updated this guy. He's got some jaw controls. Anyway, he's got a lot of controls. The feet do the same thing. You can rotate the ankles, or you can grab the EX and change that to 1 and then enter. And then you can grab just the foot itself and move that around.
Did you change something when you did the PV on the show?
No, the PV is just, you just grab it and you rotate it, and it rotates the elbow. That's it. He also has spine controls, which look like little lollipops. I always liked that. Thought that was kind of cool. Makes me want a lollipop. You can grab this. You can shift, select, or drag and select over all the spine controls, and rotate it like this, and he'll rotate all those kind of at one time. So we're not going to animate this dude or anything. I just wanted you guys to see how the controls work on this guy. So, I mean, yeah, rigging is the process of setting all this up, which is kind of crazy. But that's what we're going to learn in here. All right. Anybody have any questions before we move forward here? Nothing, huh? You guys are just like, let me just finish up so I can go party this weekend. We can do animals. Actually, we will 100% do animals. I don't know if we might do a simple quadruped. Yeah. I mean, last time, I'll give you an example of some of the projects that we've done in here, not to scare you guys, but everybody open up a browser and go to YouTube. Open up a browser, go to YouTube, and type in, do a search for Richland College Gaming. Richland College Gaming. And if you go to Richland College Gaming channel here, and you click on playlists, you can see all the past semesters here. I post all my videos on YouTube. In fact, I'm recording a video right now, and I'm recording all of you on camera right now, so don't do anything. Just kidding, you're not being recorded. But I do record all these lectures just in case you miss a class or whatever. But for example, you can go to like spring 2019.
Second class?
And you can
Are you a
look
cowboy?
through there and just look for the ones that
Well,
say
I don't have cowboy boots, but yeah, I'm wearing a cowboy hat.
Well, we are in Texas.
yeah, we did a Jack in the
My name is
Box.
Christopher Cura. I'm the head of the
We
video
did
game program.
the Halo
And let's go
guy.
to
Master Chief says show only compatible skeletons. We had him, I believe we had him running around in Unreal. This guy up. Let's see, what else do we do? Yeah, we had Mr. Master Chief running around in Unreal. We did a crocodile. Let's get this. That was kind of cool. Oh my god, do we have a crocodile walking around in Unreal? Way is double click that walking animation. Yes, we did that. On the left hand side, you'll see something that says rates. We did a horse. That was a real pain in the ass. Oh, we did that for your project, Holly. Yeah. That horse? Oh my god. We did a scarab rig, which was kind of cool. Everybody really liked that. By type Halo history. Was kind of the, everybody liked Halo. You already did. Yeah. Yeah, we rigged this thing. So we've done. Somebody asked me just a second ago, we're gonna do animals. Yeah, we're doing animals. And then we'll probably start off with some simple animals.
Should you don't want to move that one. That one you just rotate it.
Yeah. Humans are probably the most complex.
Yeah, you're not gonna move the turret around. The turret's just gonna rotate.
Okay. But then again, you can get pretty complicated with some of these things. All right. Let's all right, so let's do something here. Everybody go to a website called Free 3D. And let's go ahead. Let's find us a character here. Try and find a character that's kind of cool. Just a biped, normal character. I don't care what we use. Just has to have a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. Batman? Yeah, I saw Batman. I wasn't feeling Batman. I mean, he's alright. Actually, Batman's not too bad. Iron Man. Alright. It's awful.
I was looking at the one on the far left. Yeah, like
this one here?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna do like a really quick, simple rig on this, and so there's gonna be a lot of bend in it, so we need something a little bit more organic. Like I don't even know. No Aquaman, that sucks. The hell were they thinking? I'm not gonna do the schoolgirl. Not gonna go there this morning. They have He-Man?
No.
Damn.
I was hoping they would.
Which one? Yeah, that's. We need like kind of like a normal structure. We kind of need like a normal human. This is the problem with finding models online. Spider-Man wouldn't be too bad. Do they have like a decent Spider-Man model? No. Man, simple rig. Can you download models from Sketchfab? Anybody know?
Oh, under the follow? Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's Slender Man.
Alright,
They have half man, half robot.
I think we might be in luck here with Mr. Spider-Man. Hope all you guys are fans of Spider-Man.
Did you get it from that website?
Yeah, Sketchfab. So I downloaded this Spider-Man here. This will work really, really well. The Amazing Spider-Man on Sketchfab. It's actually pretty cool.
This one?
This guy. Yeah, this is going to work perfect. So go to sketchfab.com and download this guy here. The Amazing Spider-Man.
Do you need to log in?
I just used Google login. My Google. Everybody with me? Kinda, sorta, maybe.
Original format?
Yeah, there was a. You want to download the OBJ. It should be called. I'll do that again. So if you click on download 3D model right here. Yeah, original format is what we want. If you want to pull them into Maya, you can just make a new scene by going to File, New Scene. And then this guy has some really weird, like when you download him, it's a amazingspiderman.zip. You want to right click, extract all, and then you go into the amazingspiderman.zip folder, and then inside that folder under source is another zip file which you have to also extract, which gives you another folder here called MC0 something or other. Once you go into that, there is the OBJ file that you can just drag into Maya, and it will open up. And if you tap 6 on your keyboard in Maya, it will display the textures. For those of you that just got that, great, please help your neighbor. Make sure to make a new scene in Maya. Most of you got it, which is awesome. Tap 6 on your keyboard and it will show the textures. Good work. Get it?
Strong load up.
Help each other, you guys. And while you guys are waiting, go ahead and fire up a browser again and go to Mixamo.com. And if you don't have one, make a Mixamo account. You can use Google, Facebook, or your Adobe ID. Mixamo.com. Mixamo.
You have to create a new sign up for that.
Go to login. I mean, if you have Google, Facebook, or Adobe. This is a project here that I'm working on with some of you guys in this class, actually. It's a vampire assault game. And this is Trello. Anybody in here ever used Trello before? This is like basically an entire project on one board. And in here, as you can see, we have art, animation, programming, characters, level design. One of these cards is our rigging stuff, and it has some tools we're going to use. Just trying to find those. Here we go, Mixamo. Okay. By the way, if you guys have not used this, it's friggin' amazing. It's called Firefox Send, and you can literally like send files to people, which is what I'm going to do for you guys. One download. Okay, so we've all downloaded Mr. Spider-Man, and we have all made Mixamo accounts. Okay, go ahead and go to mixamo.com, and you should be looking at this screen if you've logged in. What I want you to do is click the upload character button to the right. Well, actually, let me talk about Mixamo for a second here. So some of you guys have used Mixamo before. Who's used Mixamo before in here? Awesome. If you had another class with me, more than likely you have used Mixamo. I love Mixamo just because it's makes life so much easier. But Mixamo is it's an Adobe owned product. It is a character animation library and character library. So go in the upper left, click on characters, and you can look at like a list of characters over here that are like pre-rigged. Click on any one of those and then click use this character, and then when you select a character that you like, in the upper left next to characters, click on animations, and you can do a search for any animation you want, and this thing has a massive library of animations, and then you can put them on your characters. You can download these, put them into your own animations in Maya or whatever program. You can put them into games. You can do anything. It's totally awesome. It's totally free, and best part about it is you could actually like publish stuff with this. It's all royalty free and all that good stuff. So what we are going to do is upload, so these have a list of characters that are already in here, but they don't have the Amazing Spider-Man. So we want to use the Amazing Spider-Man, or if you want to use another character in the future, I want to show you how to do that. So go ahead and click Upload Character to the right, and you can click this Select Character file, or I'm going to go to my downloads, go into that Amazing Spider-Man directory, go into Source, and the directory that I've unzipped in there, that we dragged into Maya, drag that OBJ file in there, and it should upload the character. And it brings you to a screen like this. Now this process is ridiculously easy, okay? This is their auto rigger tool, which is totally awesome. I'm going to teach you how to rig characters, and it's going to take days, okay? This character, this process here, you can rig a character in like minutes, which is amazing. Okay. So once you're here, go ahead and just click next. And all you need to do here is drag the appropriate icons to the appropriate area of the character. For example, the chin, grab that little icon and drag it up to the chin. Okay? And if you look at the little diagram over here, it shows you how to do that. Make sure you drag the left wrist to the left wrist, not the right wrist. There is your right, and then there is Spider-Man's right. Got to make sure that, you know, it's the right and not the wrong right. So for example, right wrist is going to be on the left side. Okay? And then the right elbow is going to be on the left side as well. And the right knee will be on the right side, and his groin is right there. Keep it on standard skeleton, and then go ahead and move ahead. Anybody need any help? Anybody not here? Wondering what the heck is going on? Erica.
No, I had a little hiccup on
Oh my gosh. Alright, while we are waiting for this character to rig, I want you guys to go ahead and go to this link here. Type that in a browser and hit enter. Make a new tab. Type that in a browser and just download that file. I'm making you guys go to all kinds of websites, create all kinds of accounts, and download all kinds of stuff.
Did you make sure I put like the left one on this left? So like cover over everything. Yeah. Those needed to be that left on the left, but that's his right. So it's to be switched. There you go. Yeah, we do that. Put that on both.
Everybody good to go?
All right, so everybody get that link? Cool. All right, so back in Mixamo here, Mr. Spider-Man is moving around, and you can click on different animations and make him do whatever. For now, I just want to download this guy. Okay, we need to download him in a T-pose. So if you've got an animation playing on him, there's a little X over here next to whatever animation is playing. Click that little X so he is standing in a T-pose. He should not be moving. Okay? There's two things to download from Mixamo. There is the character file, and then there is an animation. We are going to download the character file only right now. Well, actually, we'll download some animations. That's cool, but just character file for now. Okay, so you should be looking like this in a T-pose. Click download, and you're going to keep it on FBX and T-pose, and then just click download. Just keep it on the standard settings, and then I want you to go to Maya and import that file. Go to Maya and import that file. But make a new scene first, of course. File, new scene, and the file should be in your downloads directory, and it should be called, well, I don't see it. Some crazy name. Oh, MCOC iOS Hero. Oh, it's cool. So this Spider-Man was used to make an iOS game. At least I'm gathering from the file name. Alright, so when you import Mr. Spider-Man here, he has these crazy things around him. Those are joints. Just go to display up at the top, animation, joint size, display, animation, joint size, and you want to crank that joint size down. His model is like really small, so you can crank that joint size down to like, I don't know, 0.1's fine. We probably should have scaled this guy up a little bit before we put him into Mixamo. I saw that he was a little small, but that's okay. It's fine for what we're doing right now. Alright, so if you tap 4 on your keyboard, 4 takes him into wireframe mode here, and you can see the joints inside this guy. Go ahead and save this scene. Go to File, Save Scene As. File, Save Scene As. And save it on the D drive in a folder of your name. So just go to My Computer, Storage D. My Computer, Storage D. And if you don't have a folder in there already with your name, which why would you, right click, new folder, and then save Mr. Spider-Man in there as a Maya file. I know I'm moving fast, you guys, but it looks like y'all are keeping up, so if it didn't look like y'all were keeping up, we'd move slower. Try and go with the pace of the class. And just call it Spider-Man. I mean, duh. Alright, so we're just going to do like 2 more things in here, and then we will be done for the day. Does that sound good? I will have you guys out of here by 11. That's pretty awesome, right? I know. Alright, so this part's going to kind of suck, so prepare yourself. So I want you to fire up a folder here. You're actually going to fire up 2 folders, one right next to each other. Okay? And in one of them, I want you to go to your downloads directory, where you downloaded that Mixamo files. Okay? I want you to unzip that. Right-click, extract all. We are unzipping lots of stuff today. All right. So you're unzipping the Mixamo files. If you don't have the Mixamo files, go to this link here in a browser and download the Mixamo files. You know what's crazy? Like, I do this is the kind of stuff I used to do for fun. So like I just do it, I just get it. But when I teach it, I don't realize that a lot of you guys probably haven't done stuff like this before. Just moving files around, unzipping files, and especially when it comes to rigging, like. Alright, so if you haven't, go to this link, download the Mixamo files, extract the Mixamo files, and then you're going to go into the Mixamo files directory. It's going to look like this. And then in your other folder on the left or wherever, you're going to go to Documents, Maya 2019 Scripts. And here's the path up here. Documents, Maya 2019 Scripts. And then you're going to drag these files into there. Alright. So you've got our Mixamo files, you've unzipped them. You got them from this directory. The files are here. You're going to drag them there. Documents, Maya 2019 Scripts. You guys are doing so good. Just 2 more things and we are out of here. The pain is over. I know rigging is extremely painful, so I try and make it painless as much as possible. Plus, I got to get out of here and call my insurance company and get this wreck taken care of. Yeah.
Where'd that happen at?
Man, I was in front of a Jack in the Box, man. You know, it's funny. So I live over by SMU, and I was driving past a Jack in the Box, and this person was late for class, and they wanted to get some tacos. I know it, and they like kind of pulled into the Jack in the Box and didn't see me, and you know they had tacos on the brain, and you know how it is. They had taco brain. Okay. Alright, so go back to Maya. And so we have basically moved some tools into Maya, okay, that we're going to use to rig this character. So, again, this is probably the most painful part of the day. we need to fire those tools up. And to do that, we need to go to, let's see, where is the script editor? Which is probably the most painful thing in Maya. Alright, go to Windows up at the top, General Editors, Script Editor. Windows, General Editors, Script Editor. And this is the editor that most of you guys will never be in. Maybe one or two of you in this class, because this is the thing in Maya where you do programming. Although we are not going to do it. As you can see, there's some programming code in here already. I don't even know what half that stuff means. And I've been using Maya for many years. Alright, so I want you to go to File Source Script. File Source Script. In the script editor, of course. And then it's going to open up an open thing like this. Down at the bottom where it says MEL files under files of type, change that to Python files. Python files. Python like a snake. Yes. Has nothing to do with snakes though. And then you're going to see something that says Mixamo auto control rig.py, which is a Python file. Go ahead and open that up. Now, these are the Mixamo tools, okay? Now, the process to rig a character, like I said, it takes days. The Mixamo process to rig a character takes minutes. It's super complicated. Ready? There's a big fat button in the middle of the screen. It says Rig Character. Click it. Wow. Oh my god. OMG. Man, the first time I clicked that button, I was like, are you kidding me? I've rigged probably hundreds of characters. I've worked at various game companies and other types of companies. I've rigged hundreds of characters by hand. And when I did this, I was like, you have got to be freaking kidding me, man. Yeah, it's just insane. So this has got all the controls. Like anything else, let's go ahead and save this scene. File, save scene as. Save this as something different. So my first scene I called Spider-Man. Call this one like Spidey Rig or something. And yeah, that's the process of rigging a character. It's pretty hard, huh? Let's go back into Mixamo.
We can just X out these boxes after we do that.
No, don't X them out. Leave that open. Leave your Mixamo tools up still. We're not done using those. Jump back into Mixamo, and I want you to choose an animation for Spider-Man. Any animation, doesn't matter. I like the dancing ones, you know, but that's just me. Once you choose an animation of your liking, go ahead and click download, and the only option that we're going to mess with on the download is where it says skin. You want to change that to without skin. Without skin, and then download it. Alright, once you download that animation, go back into Maya, and there is an Animate tab in your Mixamo tools. Go ahead and click Import Animation to Control Rig, and go find that animation under Downloads, and then import it. Mine is called twistdance.fbx. Oh my god. It's freaking out. Looks like a horror movie. Alright, so again, we have downloaded that animation from Mixamo and gone to the Animate tab in the Mixamo controls. import animation to control rig, and then we have imported that animation. File source script. No problem. And then change that to Python files. Go up one. Go to scripts. Okay, hit cancel. Let me see. Alright, so we need to draw views. Let's see. Now we got a file source script. Right there. So we want to rig this character and go find an animation and import it. Alright. Now, there's a little play button on the bottom right here. When you play it, your character should look like something out of a horror movie. That's not cool. So we need to fix that. Bottom right hand corner of Maya, there's a little running man with a circle to his upper left. Go ahead and click that. And it should pull up the settings here. Again, bottom right hand corner, there's a little man, looks like he's running with a little circle. Right down here, very bottom right hand corner. Click on that and it should open up the animation preferences. Animation preferences. Bottom right hand corner, there's a little running man with little settings. Click him. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is down at the bottom here under time slider, it's set to play every frame. You want to change that to 30 FPS times 1. So 30 frames per second times 1. Again, to get here, you guys, bottom right hand corner, okay, there is a little running man with a settings. A little running man with a settings, okay? You want to change that play every frame to 30 frames per second times 1. Okay, now that's not the only thing that we're going to change in here. There's one more really important thing. And that is under... So under animation... Yeah, change. That's fine. Just keep it on 24. It really should be... Or you can change it to other and then change it to 30. Usually when working in games, we want to be at 30 frames per second. Under animation, there's a thing called evaluation mode, and it's set to parallel. I want you to change that to DG. Change it from parallel to DG. And then click save. And then if you click play, it will not only play at a decent frame rate, but it will also evaluate. It's evaluating the rig and the animation playing on the rig in a way to where you'll see every little bit of detail in the movement, and that's that evaluation mode. Okay. Anybody having any problems? Everybody's animation working? What's up? Oh my god. What happened? That's bizarre. Looks like kind of like a bug. I don't... Yeah, try a different animation on him. Open up your file again though. Open up from when he's just standing there with the rig. Like in Maya, go to File, Open, Scene. And then open that one that we just saved. Into your name. If you guys have good results like this, just go ahead and save the scene. Call it Spider-Man Dance or whatever it is that you're got going on. Make sure it's just change it to other and 30 frames per second. And that's it for the day. Try that URL again. It worked for 90% of the people in this classroom. Yes.
Might want to ask him, or just try to start now. Yep, no, that's right. Yep, that's what that.
Do we need to put the Mixamo files into
No,
our?
you
into
help
somewhere
her.
safe?
Holly, can you help her?
Oh, no.
T-pose.
I was just gonna say like somewhere safe like the D drive.
Oh, yeah, yeah, put them on the
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens?
No, I know.
He's dead.
Get out of there.
You killed Spider-Man.
Just go to Did you originally put it in like that? That's how it needs to be put into it. It needs to be in a straight T-pose when you download it. And then you download it.
Yeah.
T-pose. You didn't do that originally. Oh, okay. Did you? Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Download.
No problem.
Did you change the name
All right,
of the
everybody good?
file?
Everybody good to go?
He's got something weird going on.
Something weird. All right, everybody else, save your files. We are done for the day. Congratulations. Have a good Labor Day weekend. Stay out of trouble. Don't get in wrecks like me.